What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel for another FM22 rebuild challenge. Today we are taking our talents over to Belgium to manage Anderlecht. They used to be at the pinnacle, at the top of Belgian football, and over recent seasons they've kind of dropped off a little bit each season at a time, and they are in the mud a little bit at the moment. So we are going to go in, we're going to take charge of them, and we're going to see where we can take them in 5 years. So if the rebuild content is the type of stuff that you enjoy, please do drop a like on the video down below. Subscribe to the channel if you are new around here and picking up stuff for the first time. Maybe you're a Belgian coming in to see what we can do with Anderlecht. Please do hit that subscribe button. It really does help the channel grow. But without any further ado, let's dive in and take a look at what we've got to work with in Anderlecht. So guys, first and foremost, we are going to take a look at their history. Obviously, you can see the sustained period of winning, basically, or finishing second in the division. They went on a 4-year spree here where they won the league every single season, and they dropped off a little bit, won the league last in 2016-2017, and now they've dropped off a little bit more, and most recently finished in 8th and then back up into 3rd. So they've not won the league since 2017. So that is the main goal that we are trying to do. We're trying to restore that dominance and trying to take them back to the pinnacle of Belgian football. Also, they won a UEFA Super Cup on 2 occasions. They've also won the Europa League in 1983. I personally think a continental competition is probably a little bit too far to go with Anderlecht, but I have seen Dynamo FM win the Champions League multiple times with Genk out of Belgium, so if he can do it, I'm sure I can do it, right? This is the goal. We're going to try and replicate at least this Europa League success whilst being dominant domestically in Belgium. Now, obviously, in terms of their finances and stuff, if we go into their debts and loans, they've got a little bit of debt to deal with, which is a little bit of an issue, but we'll try and overcome that as much as humanly possible. Our transfer budget is 0 because I have spent it, guys. We've already brought in some players. Some of these guys are already set, so from Christian Kwame upwards, all transfers that were done by the game. This is obviously done on the new patch, so this is kind of where we're at. I've gone to South America, and I've signed 2 players. Uriel Chelly, this guy is an absolute legend. If you've played FM22 this year, I'm sure you've signed this guy at some stage. We've brought him in, and he's gone straight back on loan to the team that he's signed for. Now, the reason I've done that is because we've already got a lot of players on loan at the club in Season 1. So I want him to get game time. So I basically purchased him, loaned him back out, and then we can go from there. His career stats, we paid 800k for him. Not played a minute for us, and he's gone back out to Peru to play some more games. Matías Arezzo has come in, though, from Uruguay, from River Plate. Again, another cheaper signing. £1.4 million for Arezzo that we paid to River Plate. Now, this guy is immense in this year's Football Manager. Obviously, he's got 4 determination, which I think is something that we can all automatically correct. But he looks very good. I'm sure you guys have signed Matías Arezzo at some point in your saves. He's come over. He's now valued at 16 to 19 million as well. So I think he's a good little pickup and can play up front for us. There are also talents here that I want to develop myself. So if we go into the tactic first and foremost, this is the Incredible Hulk. This is the tactic that I'm using. I know you guys don't enjoy me using these overpowered tactics, but this is a tactical video on my channel. Jack will flash up the thumbnail now so you can go and see it. It's quite apparent. It's the Incredible Hulk on it with Haaland's face. Brilliant. This is the formation. We released it this week, so I'm out here trying to promote it a little bit, hence why I used it for this rebuild challenge. And now I mentioned we're trying to develop players. Now, Matías Arezzo, I'm going to fix him into this position so that he plays as that pressing forward the entire year. But we're also trying to develop Marco Kana. Now, I think this guy can go on to be a brilliant player. I'm trying to play him in central midfield as a deep line playmaker because he does have all the attributes to do that. He's fantastic mentally. His physicals are okay, but he is only 18 years of age, so that will improve a little bit more. But he's a kind of more defensive-minded ball player. I like his passing at 14. I like his technique at 14. He's pretty solid all throughout, and I want to develop Kana. Luca Kana is someone who I've got in my Rebuild and Red Star save. He's brilliant. This guy can be brilliant as well. Marco Kana is the guy that we're going to try and develop out of the Anderlecht youth setup. So I'm going to knock these two in their positions permanently, and then that's what we're going to do. As you can see, we've got a couple of players in on loan: Hardwood, Baelish, Josh Xerxes, Kwame. We've got lots of players in on loan, hence why I sent Uriel Chile back out. In terms of the competitions that we are in, though, guys, we are in the Jupiter Pro League, we are in the Europa Conference League, and we are in the Belgian Cup. We are expected to reach the final of the Belgian Cup, the first knockout round of the Europa Conference League, and finish inside the top 3 places in Belgium. The way the Belgium League works is you basically play a large portion of the season. The table splits, you get half your points that you've accrued, and then you go into like a championship sort of group if you are in that top half. So going to be interesting to see how we get on in terms of that. The club vision, though, as I kind of said, I touched on it in terms of the competitions that we've got, and then develop the best youth system in the country, which is nice to see. In terms of their abilities already, it's already excellent youth facilities and superb training facilities. So that is the goal. Try and strive and get ourselves moving forward, and then we go from there. That is season 1 as things are going to start. I will see you guys at the end of the year to see if we return to the top of Belgian football. So then, guys, it is the end of season 1, and we've managed to win a league and cup double with Anderlecht. As I said, the league splits in half, and you get half your points. So we've managed to win the championship group, shall we say, on 52 points, relatively clear of the teams in second and in third. And we also managed to pick up this Belgian Cup as well. We beat Antwerp in the final of that, 2-1. I've noticed there, Josh Xerxes actually got 4 goals in the competition, which is not to be sniffed at. I've clicked on this about 6 times here. There we go. So Mattia got the goal for Antwerp, and then for us, Mateus Arezzo scored a goal, and Josh Xerxes also scored a goal and beat there 4-2-3-1. As you can see, the XG machine that is the Incredible Hulk tactic doing the business there. 21 shots, 9 on target, just under a 2 XG. In terms of the league, though, let's expand this out so that we can kind of see everything, and then we go into the league table. So this is the overall league table, comfortably winning it. 83 points for us there, and then that goes into the championship group, which is then obviously split down to 52. But we've done very, very well there. There's only 4 teams in this championship group, so to absolutely annihilate the competition, in my opinion, I think we've done a very, very good thing. We are the champions. We go into the Champions League, as do the team in second. Genk go into the Europa Conference League, and Bruges are in the Europa League, and Beerschot, I think is how you say that. They go into the Europa Conference League as well. So in terms of things, though, if we go onto the home screen, you can kind of see Christian Kwame was our top goal scorer, 25 goals for him on loan from Fiorentina. I don't think I'll be renewing that. Basically, in these rebuilds and stuff, I like having my own players. I don't like relying on loans from other teams if I can help it. I like having my own players. I like owning them and then ultimately flipping them for much more money. He's been very, very good for us this season. 25 goals and 7 assists in his in all of his appearances, but he will be going back to Fiorentina. Sergio Gomez, another very, very good player that we have. He can play basically anywhere up and down that left-hand side, and is been pretty good for us on the whole. I don't really like his mentals, but the fact that he's a 4-star current ability player, 5-star potential, I will be trying to keep hold of Sergio Gomez for as long as humanly possible. One of the youngsters that we have been trying to develop is Marco Kana. He's been ticking over quite nicely. Nothing overly spectacular about him. If we go into his progress just here, you can kind of see all-time. He's growing slowly. He's getting slightly better, but obviously another season under his belt, and he will be a little bit of a monster. In terms of the transfers and the finances and stuff, guys, this is where we're at. We've got 4.5 million to spend. We've got a little bit of a buffer in our wage budget as well, so we're going to go out there and spend that and hopefully try and strengthen for season number 2. I'll be back with a transfer update for that in just a second. Okay then, guys, so season number 2 in the update. We've sold Josh Cullen here to West Brom. Was an Irish guy who was with us for last season. He did okay for us, but the offer came in from West Brom, and I thought, you know what, let's move him on. 4.4 million, I think, was how much we sold him for. Yeah, 4.4 million, having only paid 450k 2 seasons ago, I think is a good bit of business for us. And we've spent some of that money, along with some of our own, in installments. Obviously, this is installments. I didn't pay 12.5 million up front. We now have Lorenzo Luca. Now, I love Lorenzo Luca in this game. I've just signed him on loan in my Red Star save, which you can check out live on YouTube. Please do so. He's an absolute monster. I've got Luca and Luca up top, Lorenzo Luca, and my new gen Luca Kana. L and L. It's an unbelievable strike partnership, that's for sure. Lorenzo Luca is fantastic in this year's FM. The threat that he is at 201 centimeters, 18 jumping reach, 18 heading, adds a little bit more of a dynamic to us, and I think him playing up top with Mateus Arezzo will be perfect. Obviously, I'm looking to replace the goals that we've lost with the guy going back on loan, going back to his parent club Fiorentina. Lorenzo Luca is going to need to be the guy to score those goals for us. We only signed one player, but Lorenzo Luca is a very, very good one. In terms of the competitions again this time around, because of winning the league and the cup, we are in the Super Cup, which is nice to see. The Pro League Super Cup, we've obviously got the Belgian Cup. We are back into the Champions League for the first time, at the first time of asking, by winning the league, which is brilliant. We go into the group stages, which is fantastic due to the Belgian coefficient. We don't need to worry about the pathway, the playoffs, the qualifying for the Champions League. We go straight in there. And obviously we've got the Belgian League as well. In terms of the club vision, though, this is where we're looking. We're going to go into things in the Champions League. They just want us to be competitive, which is okay. We can kind of do that. That's not a problem. In the league, they want us to win the league, which is good to know. The pressure is on us now to retain that title now we've won it. They want us to reach the final of the Belgian Cup, and they do not care about the Belgian Super Cup. Some of the other ongoing stuff, which I know you guys are interested in, is work within the wage budget, sign players to sell for a profit, which I think we're doing, we're laying the foundations for. And then obviously minimum two-year contracts for the first team players, which is brilliant. And yeah, as I said, we're just moving things forward in a nice direction. The squad itself, again, we're kind of going to do the same things. We're going to pin Marco Canna in and at that central midfield position again, just to kind of help boost his development. Obviously, he's 19 years of age now. He still has that 5-star potential, and we really want him to reach that potential. I know you guys also like the development updates. Not a brilliant intake, but an okay intake in terms of some of our players. We did get this 5-star guy, Rodrigo, come through as a defensive midfielder. I think he could be brilliant, but annoyingly, it's not a position that we are playing. So we'll keep an eye on Rodrigo throughout the course of this rebuild. But that's kind of it, guys. We have these competitions. We're fighting on 4 fronts. I'd love a few trophies again this season, but my minimum requirement is to win the league again with Anderlecht. I'll be back at the end of season 2. So, season number 2 is over, and we've done a domestic treble. We've dominated the competition in Belgium again. We've won the league, this time a little bit closer by 2 points. We were a little bit ropey when we come into the championship group. As you can see in the last 5 games, not as strong as we would have liked. We also managed to pick up that Belgian Cup for the 2nd time in a row. We beat Bruges in that final, again, looking pretty strong in that. It's one of those things that you like to see. You get to a cup final against a bit of a rival, and then you go in and you do exactly what you are expected to do and move things on. 3-0, relatively comfortable. Sergio Gomez scored a penalty. Mateus Arezzo, again, doing very, very well. That strike partnership of Lorenzo Luca and Mateus Arezzo is going to cause a lot of teams damage, especially in Belgium. Obviously, we win the Super Cup as well. 2-1 in that final. Vlap and Bundu with the goals for us there. Sergio Gomez playing an 8.7. As I said, he is very, very good. But because we're not using wingers, he's being forced to play at left back. So one of our most creative outlets is actually playing left back for us. But you know, it is what it is. If we go into the schedule, I kind of want to show you our Champions League group. We had a relatively easy group in terms of how things could have gone. Ajax, Slavia Prague and Real Sociedad were in our group. We go through in 2nd place, which meant that we came up in the first knockout round against Bayern Munich. If I scroll down here a little bit, you can kind of see the games against Bayern. So the game at home against Bayern, we drew 3-3, which in my opinion is quite a good result, even though we've given up 3 goals at home. Away goals obviously aren't a thing in this year's FM, but or in football anymore. But the 3-3 at home, I think the difference between our squad and Bayern is quite vast. So a 3-3 draw at home against Bayern, then obviously we go over to the Allianz Arena and we lose 3-0, but obviously we did have 2 players sent off in that, but we were already 3-0 down, so I'm not making excuses for the red cards. It just is what it is. But for the most part, relatively good in the season. Losing to Genk and Ostend at the end of the season, relatively disappointing, but in terms of the main stuff, we are doing very, very well. Uriel Chile has come back from his loan spell and is now playing for us. A mixed bag between starts and substitute appearances for him, but for the most part, I think he's been pretty darn good. Mateus Arezzo and Lorenzo Luca, the top goal scorers for us in the league. 21 in 42 for Arezzo, which is pretty darn good. And then Lorenzo Luca, the towering giant, 21 goals and 11 assists in just under 50 appearances for Lorenzo Luca. He's got a knock as well. which is a little bit disappointing, but we're going into the off season now, so it doesn't really matter too much. In terms of the finances and stuff though, guys, we've got 11.8 million to spend now, which is really good, and I'm hoping this can really drive us on and take us to the next level of where we want to be with this Anderlecht team. I'll be back for a transfer update for season number 3 in just a second. So then, guys, we move into season number 3, and despite having a big transfer budget to spend, I didn't really spend it. We brought a guy in for free. Rivaldo Kwatsi is how I'm going to say this dude's name. South African central defender. Good on the ball, which is kind of what I brought him in to do. He can play in a number of positions. Centre-back, CDM and central midfield. All pretty good. All as a natural. So I thought he could be a good little option for us. He's nice and big. No, he's not big. He's actually quite small. But he's good on the ball. Good positioning and stuff like that. Good determination. I think it's a good little pickup for a freebie. And then we've also gone out and signed Georgi Mamardashvili. The Georgian international goalkeeper, 17 appearances for his country. We signed him for pretty cheap, to be perfectly honest, guys. 1.8 million. He comes in from Dinamo Trebelzi. I don't know how I say that name. Apologies to any Georgians that I have offended with that, because I darn sure know that there will be some offense somewhere. 1.8 million for him. I think he's a very good goalkeeper. He's a step up for us, as you can see. Van Krumbrug is how I'm going to say this dude's name. He's much better than him already, 22 years of age. So he is going to be our starting goalkeeper moving forward. In terms of the tactic and how things are looking, this is what we're going to do, guys. We're going to quick pick with our best 11 so we can kind of see for you guys what we're running here. Mamardashvili does come in and becomes that goalkeeper. Murillo is the inverted wing back on the right hand side. Kwatsi and Hoydet is how I'm going to say this dude's name. And then Gomez as the left back. This midfield 3 is combining quite nicely, and then you've got Yari Vasharin in front of him, and then obviously that dream team of Lorenzo Luca and Mateus Arezzo up top. We've got a little bit more depth this year, but obviously I didn't go out and spend a lot of the money that we've got. We've still got 8.2 million, and to be honest, guys, I don't think I'm going to spend it. In terms of the competitions, though, much the same. We've got the same 4 competitions again. The Pro League Super Cup, where we take on Genk. We've got the Belgian Cup, the Champions League again, where we enter in the group stage. Fingers crossed we can get another nice, easier group. Touch wood. And then we've got the Belgian League as well. In terms of the club vision and what is expected, much the same throughout the course of things. Be competitive in the Champions League, finish in the top 2 places in the Belgian League, reach the final of the Cup, and again, the Super Cup they do not care about. So I'm hoping, actually, with this tactic and with this team and with this strike force, this front 3, I think, can do really good things. Kana is now in the first team by merit. He's growing. He's looking a little bit better. He's asking for a new contract. Okay, we can definitely do that. We'll do that, Marco, after this this little section here. Don't you worry about it, pal. But this is a team, hopefully we can go on and maybe be a bit more progressive in the Champions League, or if we finish in 3rd and drop into the Europa League, I'm kind of all right with that. I'll see you at the end of the season. So, guys, it is the end of the season and we've completed the treble again, that Belgian treble. We are just too darn good. We've put together a really good team, and domestically we are unrivaled. 54 points for us by the time it comes around to the end of the championship playoff, winning the league by 9 points. Obviously, the Champions League, I'll get to that in a second. We win the Belgian Cup again, winning that 4-2 in that final. A different team that we've come up against here, which is nice to see, but that's 3 on the spin in that Belgian Cup. Then obviously the Super Cup, we've won that one again, beating Genk 3-0 there. Really good performance from the boys. I do need to give you a little bit of a transfer update, guys. I spent some money in January and we've got some transfers coming in. As you can see here, Lorenzo Luca in January, he is now he's now a Real Madrid player. I'm annoyed, but it kind of happens, doesn't it? He's obviously grown and turned into an elite level striker, as he does, despite not being capped by Italy, which is baffling for me. But we paid 12.5 million for Lorenzo Luca to Pisa. If anything, we're actually still owing Pisa some money for it. But Real Madrid came in at £41.5 million. You can't argue with it. He's got 2 goals in 4 games for Real Madrid after signing for them in January, but that money is too good to turn down in that Belgian league. We've also sold some other players as well. The goalkeeper, Van Krumbrug, has gone as well, and a few others as well, but the main one is Lorenzo Luca. So in that January transfer window, before the end of the summer, we actually went out and signed Maximilian Woba, is how I'm going to say this guy's name, from Salzburg. The Austrian centre-back, can also play at left-back. as that inverted wingback for us. I think he's just brilliant. He's just so well rounded. He's a threat in the air at 188 centimeters. I just think he's a very good addition, and in terms of that, we've done very well. Obviously, because of the Lorenzo Luca money, we are sat on a transfer budget now of 25 million going into season number 4. And in terms of all the competitions, yeah, we've kind of touched on it here, but Maximilian Wappah comes in and sort of tightens things up for us a little bit defensively, and I'm quite happy with how that has gone. In terms of that Champions League, then we were in Group A with Real Madrid, Zenit, Juve, and ourselves, and we finished bottom. Annoyingly, Zenit go through on 6 points with a -7 goal difference, because who did Zenit get torn apart by? They lost 3-0 to Real Madrid, 4-1 at home to Juve. We actually drew with Juventus, we drew with Madrid, but they've conceded a lot of goals. Lost 3-1 away at Madrid. It was basically them beating us that really rubbed it in. They beat us at home and then Juventus away. We only got the one victory, which was at home against Zenit, so we didn't really deserve to go through. A little bit frustrating that we didn't go through into the Europa League, but crashing out at the group stage of the Champions League is quite frustrating. But we do have that Lorenzo Luca money to go out and spend and invest and get ourselves better for season number 4. So guys, we've been very busy going into season number 4, and we sold another player for a lot of money. Sergio Gomez is now a Barcelona player. Obviously, as I mentioned, he kind of is a winger, but we've been forced to play him at left back because we don't play wingers in this formation. He's only got 6 tackling, so as a fullback, he's not great for us. 35 million he went over to Barca for. He's now playing back in Spain. So we had an absolute war chest to spend, and we went out and did spend it. Brandon Williams joined us on a free transfer from Manchester United. I like the fact that he can play in both fullback positions. I'm probably going to deploy him as a inverted wingback on this left-hand side to kind of come in and kind of play alongside the central midfielder. Omar Soulé has come in from Marseille. Obviously, we did have a lot of money. I wanted to strengthen our defence. Obviously, WoOoW was a very good addition, and Omar Soulé is a very good one. Obviously, he's usually starting the saves at RB Salzburg, but he'd obviously made his way to Marseille. So we went out and purchased him. They paid 19.5 million for him. A couple of years later, we paid 25 million for him. But I think him alongside Woba is a very good, very strong partnership, reuniting the guys back from RB Salzburg. We also went out and signed Sebastiano Esposito. Obviously, Lorenzo Luca leaving. We kind of needed someone else to fill that gap. He's not the same type of player as Lorenzo Luca, but a very good forward who I know can get better and better in this year's FM. And also, we went out and signed Nico Ravella, who was transfer listed by Juventus. I think is a ball-playing midfielder and a sort of box-to-box sort of kind of guy. I think Ravella's brilliant. I'm hoping he can be a really nice playmaker for us. He's got 16 passing, good determination, good teamwork, vision and work rate, which is exactly what we need. He's going to be that central midfielder on attack on the right-hand side. I think this is a very good addition for us. In terms of the finances, though, we still got almost £11 million to spend. The transfer budget and the overall balance is going in the right direction. The debt and the loan is now down to £3.9 million, which is fantastic. Obviously, the big sort of transfers coming in have been very beneficial for us. In terms of the competitions, again, this is very much the state of things again. The same 4 competitions. Champions League group stage is kind of where it's all at. All depends on how good our draw is going to be. In terms of the club vision and what is expected of me in this season number 4, I've just noticed, they're disappointed. I thought that was in the deal to sell Lorenzo Luca. I was like, I made hella cash on Lorenzo Luca. We're developing players nicely using the club's youth system as part of the club culture. We're working within that wage budget and signing players to sell for profit. I think they're very pleased. Yes, they are, because we're doing very nicely in that aspect. Be competitive in the Champions League, win the Belgian League, reach the cup final. Don't care about the Super Cup. You know the routine, guys. They don't really expect too much out of us in the Champions League. Let's see what happens this time around. I'll catch you at the end of the season. I think you guys are going to get a little bit bored of me saying this, but it's the end of the season. It's the end of season number 4, and we've won all the competitions in Belgium again. I know. We're dominating a league which isn't as strong as some of the others that we've done rebuilds in, but I'm very happy with progress nonetheless. 56 points for us come the championship group with that 70 goal difference. We've absolutely annihilated the league again. Standard Liège coming in second, Antwerp, and then Club Brugge rounding off that final 4. Winning the Croquis Cup, the Belgian Cup. We beat Club Brugge in that final 3-1. We also won the Super Cup as well on penalties this time around after drawing 2-2 with Genk. We got through our Champions League group. Let's show you the group first and foremost. We were in a group with Manchester City, ourselves, Atleti, and Bayer Leverkusen. So we've gone through second in the group. Obviously, Man City go through and annihilate everybody. Obviously, they do have Erling Haaland and João Felix, as you can see from this result here. Erling Haaland scoring 5 past us. At the Etihad, which is not too bad. But we go through in second, 3 victories, 3 losses, -2 goal difference. We go through 2 points ahead of Atleti. So we go through into the knockout stages, where this time we come up against Liverpool. Now, in that first leg at home, we lose 1-0 to Liverpool. Firmino with the goal in the 86th minute. So I thought we put up a good fight. And then we go to Anfield and we lose 5-1. Sadio Mane, Frank Kessie, Robertson, Lorenzo Pellegrini, and Bobby Firmino with the goals again. Mateus Arezzo with the consolation for us. But annoyingly, we go out 6-1 on aggregate to Liverpool, again showing that vast difference between how good a team can be domestically in one of the non-top 5 leagues in Europe, and then they go into a Champions League tie against one of the top teams, and then you just get buzzsawed. It's really difficult to see. We're moving things on though. We've still got some good players. In terms of the finances, obviously we've got 24 million to spend going into season number 5, our 5th and final season. The debt's gone. We've got some transfer debt that is still owed to us, and in terms of the transfer history, nothing else has really happened. We've obviously loaned out a couple of players. Oh no, something else has happened. My apologies. In January, Maximilian Woba is now a Manchester United player. I'd already started simulating the second half of the season, and Woba was sold to Manchester United by my board, which is irritating. So we paid some money for him, 15 million from Salzburg, and sold him for 22.5. It's not good business really, in my opinion, for one of our starting centre backs, but we're going to have to go in and plug that gap. So we're going to have to see what's happening. Rodrigo has gone out on loan to one of our league rivals, actually, Ustand. He looks good. He's developing okay, but he's still not at a level to break into that first team. He's still got the 5-star potential, but he's still not at that level just yet. So we're going to spend some money. We've got some more money in the coffers, 25 million almost, to go and spend going into season number 5. Let's make it a successful transfer window. So here we are, 5th and final season. It is our transfer update, and we have spent some money, just shy of £30 million, which for a team in Belgium is a ridiculous sum of money. Starting things off, Brahim Diaz comes in from Real Madrid on a free transfer. Now, obviously, we're all about the competition for places. He's very good in that central attacking midfield position. I kind of want him to play as that shadow striker, and he's got all the attributes to do so. Great dribbling, first touch, and technique as well. He's creative, and that is exactly what we wanted. His contract was coming to the end at Real Madrid, having played only 8 times in La Liga last season. So signing him on a free transfer felt like a nice coup for us. Then we moved down. Kamil Piatkowski. I'm sorry, Polish fans. I've butchered this guy's name. But we've gone to Salzburg again, and we've bought another player. This time, another centre-back to replace Wobber, who's gone. I think he's a good little addition as well. Always looking for competition in those spots. We've also signed another centre-back, 14 million. This guy was transfer listed from Barcelona. Eric Garcia comes in to, again, provide some nice positioning, cover and depth for us. Again, I think Eric Garcia, fantastic little player. Obviously, free transfer to Barca from Man City, but then going on 14 million, I think is a very good pickup. We've also picked up this guy as well from Barcelona B, another central midfielder, can play defensive midfield if we need him to, but he's a fringe player, came in for a cheap fee, and I think mentally and physically he's pretty solid, and knows his way how to pass a ball. It's kind of a depth option for us as we go into this 5th and final season. In terms of the tactic though, if we quick pick without restriction, you can kind of see this is the team that we're working with here. We've got Marms in goal, Mamadashvili, Eric Garcia Soleil, the Polish guy whose name I'm not going to butcher the second time, Brendan Williams, Ravella Vashar, and Kana, and then Diaz there, Esposito and Arezzo up front. But now the options for us are that we are deeper. This guy, I'm not going to butcher his name. He's very good for us in that central attacking midfield role. We've got Uriel Chile as well. We've got some depth options. Sardella is a very nice player to have as a cover option. Murillo, again, much the same as a cover option. This team's very nice. I'm expecting us to work really hard. We're not going to score many headers with Esposito, Arezzo and Diaz, but I think we're going to be very deadly on the floor, which is kind of where we're looking. In terms of the analysis, again, super strong through the middle of the park. In terms of the competitions, we've got the same 4 again. Champions League is the big one. Hopefully we avoid a big boy if we make it out of our group, or as I said, if we do drop into the Europa League, I think we'd actually have a better chance of winning that one. In terms of the club vision and what is expected in this 5th and final season, let's expand this one out. We're doing the ongoing stuff pretty nicely. And again, in the Champions League, they just want us to be competitive and then win the league and the cup. And again, don't care about the Super Cup. I'm getting it, Anderlecht board. I understand you hate the Super Cup. It's fine. It's fine. This is the 5th and final season of this one though, guys, so if you are enjoying the video, please do go and drop a like on it before we go into the set at the end of season 5, and we'll do a little bit of a recap. Let's get that now. So guys, season 5 is the 5th and final season. And what a season it's been. It's been our best return of things in the league as well, but also we've picked up some more silverware. And no, not just the 3 domestic trophies in Belgium. We have won the Europa League. Now, we'll bring up the competition screen here for you guys to take a look at. First and foremost, let's talk that European dominance then. Champions League group, we're in a group with PSG, Porto and Lazio, so a very tough group, and we finish in 3rd. PSG go through top, they are clear. Porto get 10 points and go through 2nd, which means we drop into the Europa League. Obviously, we go all the way and we win it in the final against Sporting, but if we go here and take out the competitions and bring back just the Europa League here, you can kind of see our run. Obviously, we go into the first knockout round, having been knocked out of the Champions League, but as you can see, we've gone through some very difficult teams to get to the position that we were in. We took on Lille, we beat Lille 4-1 on aggregate, very nice result for us there. We take on AZ Alkmaar, again, absolutely wipe the floor with them, winning both those games. We then take on Roma, we draw 3-3 at home, conceding 2 late goals here, 91st minute and 94th minute to Roma to sort of give them a little bit of a ways back into this tie, but then we go and beat them in Rome in the Olimpico 3-2, a relatively solid first half performance from us there. We then take on Chelsea. Now we draw 0-0 against Chelsea at the Bridge, and then we bring them back to Belgium, and Rodrigo, the youngster, comes in and scores the winner. He's a little bit unhappy. He wants a new deal. Again, we could give him a new contract. That's fine. He played 30 times for us this season. I didn't think he would, but he definitely did. And then we go through to that final, beating Sporting 3-1 here. So we'll expand this. Obviously, they scored the goal in the 94th minute. It's kind of consolation. Esposito, Soleil, Eric Garcia, the defenders coming up trumps. But this team is very deep now and very stacked. So we go through and we win that. Obviously, in terms of the other competitions, we keep the Belgian Cup. Obviously, we've won it every year that we've been at Anderlecht in this rebuild. Just getting it through in extra time, beating Club Bruges 3-2. And then obviously the Super Cup that they don't care about either. We've won that for the 4 years that we've been eligible for it, beating Standard Liège 4-2. In terms of the league, though, let's expand this one out so you can kind of see a little bit of everything. We expand out the whole league table. We only lost once in the season. That was away at Eupen, which is a really frustrating team because they finished down in 10th. 2 draws, 31 victories, 109 goals scored and 17 goals against us. Absolutely blitzing it. That 92 goal difference is crazy. Then we go into the championship group, 102 goal difference and that's 62 points. We win the league by 20 going into that championship group, which is kind of a little bit unprecedented. It's a very big gap, and we've done very well with it ourselves. We've got players that are wanted. It's no real surprise, but as Europa League champions, we're doing pretty well. If we go onto the home screen and we go onto my job history, first in every single year, in that first season we picked up the league and the cup, and then the following 3 years after that we clean swept Belgium, every single competition, and then in that 4th season we added that Europa League. Now I think this squad and this team is in a very good shape, which you guys can go in and pick up. If you do want to play this save and take this save on to the next level, it will be in my Discord. My Discord, there is a link to it at the top of the description. Please come in and join the Discord and get yourselves involved in that community. It's brilliant. There's over 1,600 of you guys in there now. It's absolutely brilliant to see. But in there you can go in and you can pick up this save. I post each save in the Discord channel each week so you can carry it on, and if you do carry it on, please do let me know how you get on. That is it for today's rebuild of Anderlecht though. Who would you like to see me rebuild next? Please do drop that team name down in that comment section. If you've enjoyed today's video, drop a like on it whilst you're down there and subscribe to the channel if you are picking things up for the very first time, and don't forget to ring that bell so you're told each and every time that we upload a video. But until next time guys, I'll be back with another rebuild next Sunday. Hopefully I'll catch you guys there.